Think your man's faithful?
Yeah, why?
Ever check if he's still on dating apps?
What? Is that even possible?
It is with Spokio.
Wow.
Well,
It is with Spokio.
Uh-oh, we're looping.
well,
It is with Spokio.
There, you made it. Yeah, I sent you the email. Good to see you. All right, let's talk about what we're going to do. So I sent out or I put out a video earlier on the YouTube channel of the F13. So that's what I think we'll do a little bit of. So Dean, you have your chorus. And we're working on the fourth chord in the chorus, and you could just flip to if you want to. Well, you don't have to right now, but when you're practicing, you could go to the chord picture section of the book. And you also have the separate chord picture document that has the hyperlinks. But let's talk about this. Flat 7, 3, 13, 9, 5 root. This is a great shape. So in order to do our spelling of the chords, we have to remember that we think of that major scale, right? Very important. So flat 3, flat 7, 13. I'm sorry, flat 7, 3, 13. That's the left-hand chord formula. 9, 5 root. So when you get to this 9, remember that it's a fourth voicing. And remember, I want all of you, everyone out there, to get your fourths down where you can play them in all keys in both hands, so you can get all these chords locking up together. But the right hand 9, 5 root is a really nice shape. Flat 7, 3, 13, 9, 5 root. And then I would also practice doing little blues scale ideas. No audio from you. No, this is not Zoom. As long as you can hear me, that's what's important. All right, so we have 6 people, I think, watching now, but everybody say hello in the chat if you get a chance. But see how I'm digging in here to this one idea? And here's where the magic happens, is you have flat 7, 3, 13, 9, 5 root. And we can, of course, transpose that to G. Flat 7, 3, 13, and we go 9 of G, and then I build a fourth voicing. That's 9, 5 root. Another really important thing about this particular voicing is that the root is on top. A lot of the time we don't want the root on top, just because sometimes it can kind of make it feel resolved and it doesn't have the nice chord tones on the top. But in this case, it does sound really nice because of all of the other really nice notes. The 13, you have the 9, the 5th, the flat 7, and it just really fits under the hand, especially with that interval of the 4th. So, Dean, what I would do here is I would practice this whole steps, half steps, but also what's so nice about this particular chord is it's very versatile. If we say the tritone, remember the tritone is the sharp 4 or flatted 5th away from whatever your note is. So in this case, F, you go up to the tritone, it's B. And what's really nice about this chord is if I play an F13, and then I go up to the tritone, which is B, and I play that, but I don't change my voicing, you have this sound right here, which is B altered. Now, isn't that butter right there? We have 11 people watching. I need somebody to type. Even Dean on his iPad could write butter in the chat. Like this is hot butter right here. This B altered chord. Go back to this. This is your F13, right? Isn't that nice right there? And you go to here. Such a nice chord. All right, let me get rid of this thing that popped up. Okay, so once again, you're here. And what's even crazier about this is that as you go up and you go F, if I wanted to do F, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. A lot of the time your 6th chord is dominant, then you go minor, then you go dominant again. But you can actually go dominant, 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 dominant as a turnaround. So I have 1, 6, 2, 5. So it's this. Isn't that a really nice sound? I go. I'm just playing blues scale just for the sake of connecting things. But whenever you're practicing licks like that, you can play your F blues scale if you want, but you can also do any kind of blues lick that you want over this because it is a left-hand voicing as well, right? You have your F13. And you want to practice your blues ideas and be really simple. It could be a triad with the minor third to major third. That's a nice thing to do. Or go down to your D. Remember that you can use a little trick of having the 6th note of your blues, whatever your blues scale is, F blues, go down to D, right? 3 half steps down, and do the first 4 notes of the D minor blues scale. That's going to sound amazing over F, right? And you can even do, you can start on that 6th note at the top and kind of do a little Ray Charles thing. But the main thing is I want you to get that F blues sound by doing this. Another really amazing thing about this F blues is that here I am doing F and an F13, and Dean and I talked about this as well, is an F13 wants to go to a 9 chord. So F13 goes to B flat 9, and all you have to do is have your bottom 2 notes go down by a half step, your top note down by a whole step. So now you have the voicing related to a B flat chord. You have 3, flat 7, 9, 13, 9, 5, or 6, 9, 5, you could say for clarity and ease. Isn't that a beautiful B flat 9 voicing? So an F13 wants to go there. So what's amazing about this interval of the 4th here on top is through most of my blues, I could play that in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe I'll do something crazy, a little sauce. Now watch this. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So I pretty much had the same voicing almost all the way through the whole thing, and occasionally I would change, the left hand to like the B flat 9, and it just really makes it really nice to not have to change the right hand much. But here's what I want everybody to get is by just knowing this one shape here, you can do 1, 6, 2, 5. And what it's doing is it's doing an F13. And then on the 6th chord, it's doing a D altered just by taking this one voicing and going up to the altered. But then we come down a half steps. And then we're going to be here, and then down a half step. Let me do it again. Yes, yeah. So Dean, I want you to understand. So this is chord 4, and I know that you're on a little bit different. We're starting with you with chord 1, right, which is this D7, sharp 9, sharp 5, right? No problem. And I understand that because we have a plan, kind of a thing that we're working on with you. And what I'm just doing is going over, I've been going over the first 3 chords of the course a lot, and now we're just shifting gears a little bit by doing the 4th chord in the course. And where I would love for you to start, Dean, is with this 1 chord. And you have the chord picture, and it's chord number 4. And as you know, Dean, you have your you've been working on your major scales as well, but you have flat 7, 3, 13, and it shows you the notes, E flat, A, D, and then 9, 5, root, and then it also says G, C, F. So Dean, just like you did the D7, sharp 9, sharp 5 that you're working on, one other chord to add to the mix would be this 1 chord, F13. Yeah, so just like you found success in that D7, sharp 9, sharp 5, and it sounds so good, what you're going to do for me is you're going to learn just this F13. And another really nice thing about this is that this is a really nice F13 voicing for just the left hand alone, E flat, A, and D, to go with my blues scale. And I would say for you to try that as well. And what you can do, and this is so nice, is that I just said that in our blues, an F13, a 13 chord wants to go to a 9, so B flat 9, and just by lowering the bottom 2 notes down a half step and the top note a whole step, it gets you to D, A flat, and C, and those are blues chords that work. Even if I'm just doing the blues scale, I'll just do it up and down, and I'm changing from F to B flat, or start at the top. Now, 2 and 3 and 4. Now, Dean, when we had our lesson the other day, one of the things we talked about was, let's say if we're in the key of C and we're playing a C blues, that you can actually build, and we did this in your lesson, but we said, let's build, you're familiar with 3rd note and the flat 7 of your blues, because the 3rd will tell you if it's major or minor, the 7 will tell you not if it's a major 7 or a dominant kind of 7 sound. And you already told me that that's pretty much enough to have a nice chord that sounds good. I could go C, 2, and just by using the 3rd and the 7th, play a whole blues and use those chords, right? 2. I'm just using the 3rd and the 7th, and I'll do it again. But you can add the 9th to the mix. There's the 3rd, the flat 7, and the 9th. And just like when I said an F13 wants to go to a B flat 9, the reverse is true. When you start in C major and you have a C9 chord that we built the other day, 3 flat 7 9, and if I have the C blues scale in the right hand, a C9 wants to go to an F13, and all you have to do is lower the bottom 2 notes, and it gets you back to this E flat, A, and D. So we could do this, C blues, first 5 notes of the C blues scale, and I go. Or the C blues scale. Okay, so let's go back and talk about just sort of building blocks on this stuff. For you, Dean, I want you to stay with the F13 chord. And I would think of this as just like you're doing with the D7, sharp 9, sharp 5, is think of this as, you're expanding, you're building your color palette, and your voicings help you do that, right? When we learn these, and you're working on maybe doing, I think we were doing D and then we did C. But for you, just to add this little bluesy F13 is a huge win, because you get the sound of that really nice blues feel. And once you get this sound and you spend a little time with it, then we start doing the same thing where we transpose the other chord, the D7, sharp 9, sharp 5, but you do it in sort of baby steps, right? And then we get to where we're going up by half steps. But all you have to do is go up 1, 2, 3 half steps, and then you could do this all day long. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, and we go 1, 6, 2. I see that somebody just got the course, and let me just see. Let me see who it is. All right, Kenny got the course. Shout out to Kenny. All right, Kenny, I want you to, if you can, verify that you got your links, and we'll be good to go. I'm excited about that. Thank you so much, Kenny. I would love for you to say hello in the chat. I want to go check one thing out. And people have asked the question, once they get the course, is it all online, and will I always have access to it? Of course you will. It's a PDF that opens up private YouTube links, but it's also a 39-page booklet, and it also has extra bonus links as well that are like the standalone things that go with it. All right, let me just check one thing here. Shout out to Kenny for doing that. All right, Kenny. Yes, I show that everything went through absolutely fine, and you should be good to go. I would love for you to say hello in the chat, though. Very, very thankful to have Kenny on board. And Kenny had a bunch of questions about the YouTube channel versus the All Access and Chord Academy and all that and gospel stuff. And so I'm going to answer all of Kenny's question, but I just want to first say thank you to all of you who are getting the course. It does go up tomorrow night at midnight. And I needed to say this, that anybody who's watching and you don't have my course, right now it's $39 in the store. And then it goes up to whatever it is, $59 tomorrow night at midnight. But everybody pay attention. This is important. For today and until tomorrow night, I did create a coupon, ima5, that'll get you $5 off. So it ends up being $34. And this is a massive course. If you will hang around for just a little bit more, I'll give you a tour if you're not aware. But it's an entire chord building system. Major scale training, all 30 chords, chord pictures, sheet music, backing tracks, audio training of your scales, actual training of your scales, chord formula training, 3, 5, 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root, and a 1 hour and 17-minute entire training of the course. It's massive. And right now, with that coupon, I'm going to put it here in the chat just in case anybody wants to use it. But I'm really thankful to Kenny and those of you who are getting the course. I worked really hard on it, and a lot of people have been getting it. But I also want to say this, is that if you would, please go. Dean has the course, and Dean left. Thank you for the review you left, Dean. But I'm going to go here, and I want to put a link so that somebody else, if they want to, they can just look and see all that they get in this course, because it is crazy how much you get. It is, and there are pictures of some of the things in the book, as well as there's a lesson where it shows you what you get. There's a video training that I think you see what you get. And then it says hour and 17-minute, 39-page book, interactive jazz chord pictures, printable sheet music, bonus materials, major scale training, audio, chord, and ear training, backing tracks. I mean, it'll tell you all the things you'll get to do. All right, now, I'm going to put a link in the description so that if anybody wants to get this, they can do that. But use the coupon; it'll get you $5 off. And then tomorrow night it does go up at midnight. So, all right. So let's keep going. This is the fourth chord in the course. This is E flat, A, D, and then you have G, C, F. So it's a fourth voicing in the right hand. It's a blues voicing, right? So it's good to know your blues. But if I do 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, right? Isn't that nice? Because you have this 1, 6, and all I'm doing is taking this up by minor thirds, take this up 3 half steps, so a minor third away, and I can do 1, 6, 2, 5. But by changing the bass note, it turns into a different chord. That's an altered D7, sharp 9, sharp 5, flat 9, sharp 11. Isn't that crazy? The same chord. So if you're cruising along in a blues and you want, and you're doing an F blues and the band is swinging and they're doing their thing and you get to B flat, 2, 3, 4, and they're gonna walk it down, and the bass player starts walking this up. We're about to do the turnaround. Here we go. 1, 6, 2, 5, and when you start learning these chord voicings, everybody needs to know these in your right hand and your left hand as well. So flat 7, 3, 13 is a great thing to do. What is going on? Awesome. Hey, Kenny, thank you for getting the course. Now, I want, since Kenny is on and he just got the course, and I hope you used your coupon. Kenny was is pretty much the person who made me decide to do the coupon for today and tomorrow, because since it's going up tomorrow night, I want to make sure it's affordable to everyone. And I promise you, even when it goes up to $59 tomorrow night, it will be worth it. It's a very extensive course. Okay, so Dean says the same chord formula on all 1, 6, 2, 5. So that's a great question. So in this case, we're talking about a blues turnaround. If I go 1, 6, 2, 5, if you're playing any kind of blues, jazz blues, and you want to do that, you could do the same thing in any key. Yes, it's learning this 13 chord and then going up a minor third, and that turns it into an altered, and then it goes down to the 2 chord, and instead of G minor, it's G13, and then instead of C, we're doing the tritone of that, which gets you the C, right? So you have 1, 6, 2, and 5, and what is that right there? Right? So a couple of other fun things there. So for C, that's our C7, sharp 9, sharp 5, flat 9, and sharp 11, which is amazing. But watch this. I could change the bass line, but I could do 1. Let me do it here. I'll go 1, 6, 2, 5. Or I could go 1, and then I'll go 6, and then I could go. Or I could go 1, A flat, 6. So it's the same chords, but then watch this. Here, and I go A flat 13, right? All right, let's see. Hey, Stuart, how's it going? That's really nice. Thank you, guys. I was just thinking the other day how blessed I am to be able to do what I do, and I mean that very sincerely. Is that I create all these courses, and I love teaching. The financial part is important, but the only reason it's important is because I want to be able to do this more and more and more. And but when I get nice compliments like this, it just really makes me feel good. So thank you for that. And I always want to make sure I'm clear on everything. So you can always ask questions, say back up or show me this again. And I do realize that a lot of people are at different levels. So if you're at a beginner level, just get this F13 going right here. Flat 7, 3, 13, 9, 5 root. So that if I go up to G, flat 7, 3, 13, 9, 5 root. Now, that's awesome. So let me say this. this is really important right here. So as you go through this course, you need to know how to, all your major scales, right? That's why I did the training. Okay, right? We have that. So this is really important to use the right fingerings. And remember that C major, middle fingers on E and A, no problem, right? Also, same thing for G major, same fingering for D. So when you go through and you get the PDF, it's not only sheet music with the correct fingerings, but it's also video training. That's also in there, Kenny. And I don't know where you are on all that. Let me just see. Thank you. You got the thing. Very condensed and useful information. Next step, IMA Elite. Awesome. Very good. Awesome, Kenny. Okay, please ask your questions. Kenny, would you like a very quick tour, or would anybody else, of the things that are in the course, just so to make sure you can navigate it? I do want everybody to know that it's very, it is a very full course, okay? But it was very intentional. I didn't want to just give you 30 chords and just say, here they are. If you really want to get good at building chords and really just expressing yourself, like whatever you're doing, you gotta take the guesswork out of, like, I don't want you to just learn shapes. Like, that's fine, but I want you to know, when this G minor 11, I want you to be able to play this anywhere. So, like, it's like whatever chord you're on, I want you to be able to get there and to know exactly what you're doing, and you're creating these sounds. So I said, all right, well, if I give you these chords, I need to tell you how to spell them. So the very first chord in the course, Kenny knows, Dean knows, D7 sharp 9 sharp 5. And just like we did with the other chorus, you can go, or the other chord, you can say D. What's the tritone of D? It's A flat. So now D7 sharp 9 sharp 5 becomes A flat 13 sharp 11. Now, to a lot of people, that's going to be like going way over your head. Like, what in the world is he talking about? So that's where this comes in, where different people are at different stages in your learning, and I think that's awesome. So in order to build a D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, one of the things you have to do is you have to learn your D major scale. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So we talk about, in the course, we say, all right, to build this, you need to know your major scale, and then you have to use what's called a chord formula. So 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, and root. So your root is on the top. Okay? So watch this. I'm going half steps, whole steps. But watch when I go to C and I say C major has no sharps, no flats. 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. Now I'm getting this into my playing and to my brain. I'm like, C7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. Let's go. I've got that now. So then maybe I want to go with this sound. I go up a half step because I'm thinking the melody. Ba-da-da. Now watch this, whole step, whole step. And I demonstrated this on Oh Danny Boy the other day. If I go F major and I go, and then I could go right here. See what I did there? I went, just because I wanted that melody, ba 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 da da, ba da 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 da. Whoa! Yeah, I mean, these chords are gonna make you like just want to create all kinds of fun, different things. So, Kenny says you would like the tour. What really caught your attention about the course was how I use these different jazz concepts within a specific environment. Awesome. Yeah, so Kenny's bringing up some chords. Okay. You know, that's okay. That's okay. In different contexts. So one of the things that I love about this course, and even the way I like to teach, is I don't just show you the chords. In the hour and 17-minute training, which I'm going to show you in just a second, I show you, well, here's how I would use it. Like if I'm playing Angels I like a Christmas tune. Right, if it gets to the bridge and you go, So I did. Da, 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 da. So you see how I plane that based on the melody that I want, and that's the way I like to teach too. I say you can use this way. I did a video on, I did a reel on Instagram the other day, and it's kind of blowing up for my small little channel. I mean, I have a decent sized channel. It's Jazz Piano Studio. Does anybody follow my Instagram channel? And if you don't, I want to encourage you to go there and just say hello. Let's see if people actually follow this stuff. Jazz Piano Studio on Instagram. And I'm going to tell you why this is relevant. I realized today that I have a problem because I woke up yesterday and it showed me that I had 1,000 videos. And I'm like, this is a glitch. 1,000 videos on my Instagram channel, Jazz Piano Studio. Okay, then this morning I posted another video, another reel. Guess how many videos I have now? 1,001. So anyway, Jazz Piano Studio, it was getting really popular channel for me. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can have 1 million followers, and if you're not engaging with people, I mean, it doesn't really matter. The amount of people doesn't matter. So I need to state that. But it was really nice to get the momentum, and then it started going. It was about to be at 50,000 followers, and then it just started going down. It was like they did something where it was just mass exodus, and it wasn't just me, it was some other friends of mine that had decent sized channels, and so I stopped posting as much, and I recently started again. But the reason I tell you that is because I did a happy birthday, right? The training I did the other day, and I was saying you could go happy birthday to you, and I go happy birthday to you, and I go 3, 6, 2, 5. So using this D7 sharp 9, this one particular chord transposed into different situations, and all of a sudden I put that little reel up and I had about 500 likes in a day. And I mean, it doesn't matter. Likes don't matter, but it does show you that people are resonating with whatever you're doing. And I'm not doing anything crazy on it. I'm just doing happy birthday. And then I go da 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 da. Happy birthday. Right there. 6, 5, 1, right? Anyway, let's see. Kenny says, I'll look for you. Just found out about your channel 3 days ago. That's funny. Okay, very good. Yeah, but here's the reason I put my channel name there is I would love for somebody to say hello in Instagram and say, oh, I saw you on YouTube. All right, so let's keep going with this stuff. I'm going to show you guys a tour of this course. So let's just go up and just do, so Kenny, are you pretty advanced with everything? Somebody already said you were the GOAT, so let me just see where you are with everything. So I'll wait for Kenny to tell me. He might not need any explanation except for exactly where to go. Or actually, the course will tell you, but... Okay, I want to know where people are in their journey on music right now so that I'm not just going crazy over people's head. Yes, maybe intermediate, work in progress, okay, to advance, but focus on Latin rhythms like salsa. Very good. Okay, well, let's do this. Let me just point you in just since you just got the course, and again, thank you, Kenny. And I would love for anybody else who already has the course. I think I have 8 reviews right now, and thank you, Dean, for not only being a student now and an all-access member. You have the course, so thank you for that. So watch this. You go up, you get the course. It is a PDF that you will be able to click on, and you say, it tells you, it gives you a welcome, and this says start here. When you click start here, Kenny, it'll take you to this private playlist, and it has these videos. It has the main 1 hour and 17-minute training, major scale training in all keys. Then you have chord formulas for transposition where it says, all right, I'm play the chord, and I go 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. And then we do the audio training up and down. I always want to make sure that people can know their scales going up. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Whatever. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Because if you're playing a scale, an idea, a lick, whatever, I want you to be able to know it going down as well. And so I had this idea a long time ago to do that kind of training. And we have students that are actually going around listening to that away from the instrument, which I think it's awesome. I think that same thing for 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. I have people listening to that training, 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. So that starts to get into your playing as well. All right, so the next thing is that you have backing tracks. And there is a Latin backing track if you wanted to practice playing your D7 sharp 9 sharp 5. It's just drums and you, but that was by design, so you can transpose and do any key you want. Okay, so let's go and first click on the chord, the actual training, and you're going to pull this up. And Kenny, this has, you scrub this here with your mouse. You can go to any chord you want to, and somebody pick a number, and then we'll go to that particular chord. So somebody do that really quickly. Somebody put a number in the chat, and we'll just go to that particular lesson. I want to show you this teaching style. Oh, and when I demonstrate this in the chat, and I turn on the audio, what we're going to have to notice is you'll hear 2 audio sources, which it'll make me sound like a computer robot for a minute. It's just because it'll have 2 audio sources. I figured that out the other day. So anyway, it's not normally like that. It's very clear. But since you guys aren't doing the numbers, I know we're delayed. Let me just see. I'm not live. That's the problem. I'll pick a number. So let's do the F13 just so you can see. This is the one we're working on, the chord we're working on today. So I just click number 4 and it'll take me right there. 9, minor third, no, 11. Sorry, that's 3. And flat. Let's go to 4. Here you go. All right. Example number 4, one of my favorite voicings for blues. You have the flat 7 of the F scale, the 3rd note, the 13, the 9, the 5, and the root. It's actually a pretty simple voicing, and when you start playing your blues, I can play almost the entire blues with one shape in my right hand. Once again, the power of the intervals of the 4th stacked together. So let's talk about this one voicing though. Let's focus in on flat 7 of the F scale. Remember that I told you if you're playing a chord formula and you need the flat 7, what do? If you go down a half step from your root, it's a major 7. If you need a whole get
step,
it, right? You can
flat
speed
7.
this up, you can slow it
flat
down,
7, 3,
and you can skip
13.
around wherever you
Now
want to. The other thing is I'm going to go back. And if you want the major scale training, which I want to encourage everybody to do, it's going to teach you how to play all your major scales, and you have the sheet music. No sharps and no flats. All right, and I tell you the fingerings, I tell you the shortcuts on the fingerings as well. Here's your chord formula transpositions. D7, sharp 9, sharp 5. 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. All right, we go through all 30 chords. We do it a couple times. Then here's your audio training up and down. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And that is very helpful. You're going to love letting that sink in. All right, now let's go back to the book. I tell you how to do the chords. Exactly. This is how we think in terms of spelling chords, all the things you have to think about. And then there are all the chords, and there are chord formulas. And I did 4 sets of chord formulas. So it tells you 3, flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, root. It's all written out. Here's major scales, thinking of the numbers and the letters, which is really important. There are your major scales right there. There's your sheet music to the major scales. Then you keep scrolling down. Here's the sheet music to all the chords. Then you come down here, and there are all the chords with chord pictures. This also, in addition to being within the 39-page book, it's also a standalone document that you can use that has some hyperlinks in there to help you skip around an index. And then you come down here, and there's a chord formula. So anyway, it's tons and tons of stuff, but the main thing is I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I want you to enjoy the process, and it's going to be great. Okay, so here's what Kenny says, a couple of things. In salsa, those kinds of chords used, 30 chords are very common. Artists like, Ruben Blades, Hector. Yeah, I don't know about Hector, but it's awesome. And then you say, especially the chordal voicings that remind you of how the piano sounds, key moments throughout the songs of the Latin genre. That's really important. That's really good. Used to be to accent and to add more appealing, interesting, and striking. Yeah, and even just taking those, when you start doing the half steps approach to things, or leading down, if you go, leading down like from the 1 chord to the 6, that's really important as well. All right, very good. So, reminder to the 10 people we have, I need to tell you that I put a code ima5, lowercase ima, and then 5, and it will get you $5 off. This is tomorrow night at midnight. The launch is over at the end of that, and then it goes up to 59. But I promise you, even at 59, it'll be worth it to you. And right now it's 34 with the coupon, and you get all the stuff that I just showed you, and I think you're going to really love it. I worked really hard, and I'm crazy thankful for everybody who's been getting it. And Kenny, if you get to a point where you feel like it's worth it to you, if you would consider leaving a review, that would be awesome. Okay, let's wind up by just giving you a couple of you can ask questions about the books or practicing in general. I love to help you guys with stuff like that, and then we'll call it a day. All right, can you say, hold on a sec. Can you say the chord names in C for 1625? Sure. 1625. You talking about C? You have a lot of options. 1625, right? You can go C, A, D, G. Now, let me give you guys a quick beginner tip, speaking of 1625 in the key of C. So let's talk about this, especially for my beginners, but this is to anybody. we do learn shapes, but I like for you to be able to say FACE. That's an F major 7, but it's also a D minor 9. You know, by saying the bass player is going to play the D, and I'm going to play FACE. That gives me a D minor 9. Root, minor 3rd, 5, flat 7, and 9. And that goes to a 13 by just lowering the middle finger down. Now you have G13. And yes, you could alter it. You can do all kinds of things, but we're just going to go G13. And then now I'm going to go 1 chord. Now on the 1 chord, you have some options. You can go 3, 5, 7, 9 for your C major. That's a C major 9 voicing. But sometimes you want to use 3, 5, 6, 9. And the reason that you want to use this kind of C major voicing is because sometimes if you're playing, let's say, the melody to Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and it goes, if you played a C major 7, it would sound like this. So it's putting the half step there. So in this case, it would be better to go. You hear the difference. Here's putting the 6th in there. So if I'm here and I go, as opposed to, you hear the difference as to why you would use that? So there are reasons that you use different kinds of chords for different situations. But let's just say we're going to go 1, 6, 2, 5 in the key of C. So let's do this. Let's do a C9 like this. That's the 1 chord. Here's the 6 chord. Let's do A7. The bass player plays the root. We play flat 7, flat 9, 3rd, and sharp 5, or flat 13, whatever you want to call it. So I go here, 1, 6, and then watch this. FACE will get you D minor 9, which is the 2, and that's the 5. Okay? 1, 6, 2, 5. Even if you have a ton of experience, these are good to play in all keys, right? And then you can start doing where you do half step approaches, and you can work on your comping. You can change your bass line as well. You can go down. 3, 6, tritone. Change the bass line up, right? If that resonates with any of you, let me know in the chat, or is it just craziness? Okay, hold on a second. At the level of musical understanding I have now, intermediate level, I say that the F major FACE can be interpreted as several different chords with the root omitted. For example, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 9. That's exactly right. And so right here, that's right. That's right. Yep. And then you say 5, 7, 9, or flat 5, right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, and that's really important, right? So it is nice to be able to do your shortcuts, but I still want everybody to know that's flat 3, 5, flat 7, 9, and then you say, all right, well, yes, we can go middle finger down, and that gets you a G13, which is great. But also here's flat 9. All right, let's just have a quick talk about a G13 chord, right, which is from the G scale. Remember that whenever you're thinking of spelling a chord, you have to think of that major scale. That's why when I created this course, I said I can't just give them all these chords and then say build chord formulas if they don't know their major scales. So that's why I did all this extra training for you guys. But G major has 1 sharp, it's F sharp. I teach you the scale in both hands, of course. And G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. Now, this is important because to build this chord formula, we're going to do flat 7, 9, 3, and 13. Flat 7 of the G scale, 9, 3, 13. You can alter the 9 by going down a half step. Now you have this beautiful sound right here, right? And you hear this all the time. You go here, you go D minor 9, So I did 2. I did it again. All right, so let's type some flat 9s in the chat. This one concept will really get you thinking about voice leading. So Avinash says, great to see, active and so many people showing up. Do you have any tips for people whose ears are not trained for these chord shapes? Yes, I have a thing for you. Is Avinash, you're a good friend. You need to play more chess and play music more. How about that? This guy, Avinash, I've been able to get to know him. He's a brilliant guy. I'm just saying. And also, he has a keen sense of music and thoughts and writing and a bunch of other things. He does play chess. He's very gifted in many areas. But you know what to do because you have a keen sense of what sounds good. And so I would say that for me, learning about things like this, if you learn this chord shape and you go D minor 9, and then you say to a G13, you lower your middle finger, and now you have this G13. So I would sit with this chord voicing. You know, I like for you guys to sit with chord voicings. And watch what happens if I take this 9 and I go down a half step. You hear that voicing right there? Ba, that sound and this da. So right now, everybody on this stream right now could tell the difference between this right here and this, because that note sticks out. So if I go 1, 6, 2, you can hear the difference between this and this. And if you put those together, it's really nice. You can go. Now, I want to show you a couple of really interesting tricks related to, not tricks, but really nice sounds. If I am playing G13, and I want this sound, that's a 13 with a flat 9, okay? Everybody lock in here. Notice that this is an E triad. Does anybody see that? It's a first inversion E triad with a flat 7 in there. Now, I could take this same voicing, G flat 7, and do an E triad, but let's do it in a second inversion. Now you have this. Okay? Now, listen to how much we just opened up the voicing. Kenny, everybody, Dean, I put a root and a flat 7, and even for my beginners, you guys know there's an octave, there's a major 7, there's a flat 7. That's easy to get to. Go up to the 3rd of the G scale. Now watch this. There's your flat 9. Your E triad in second inversion. Now, instead of this D minor 9, I'm going to do a simple D minor. I'm going to go D flat 7, minor 3rd 5. Notice that that's an A triad. Everybody put a G in the chat, forgot it. That's a F triad in second inversion right there. Now watch this, 2, 5. E triad with G7. Let me do it again. Now, so did anybody hear the idea of the triads there? Wasn't it kind of amazing that, yes, Dean, I understand it'll take a while. But I want you guys to hear the how the triads kind of rule the world, right? As in terms of voice leading. That one sounded like an intersection between F diminished and E major, different inversion with the G in the bass. Yeah. Yeah, so watch this. So an F diminished is this, right? F diminished over that. Now this is a little bit advanced, but don't let it worry you guys. We're just going here for a second. So yes, this is an F diminished over that, but what sounds really nice is when you add the E there. Now, in an F diminished scale, an E note is present in the F diminished scale. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, right? Right? So watch this. You have this. Okay, so watch this. I can go. You see what I did there? Wait a second. Do we have two Kennys in here right now? Oh, is this Ken? Ken, okay. Yeah, Ken, what's going on? Ken, we are glad that you are here. Do you see what I just did, though, Kenny? This idea of I took your diminished over the G and I raised that top note. Isn't that magic? To have that on the top, right? Because it does turn it into a G13 with the flat 9. And I just took that because with your diminished, I mean, you start doing these kinds of sounds, it freaks people out, right? It's all diminished and it's all in the diminished scale. But let's go back to the simplicity because I don't want to lose people, but that is a fun thing to think about. But I did this D minor and I did a simple D minor. We were doing this 2, 5, 1, 6. We said you could go here, you could go flat 9, you can go 1, you can go 6, or I could go, I said let's make it to where it's a little more open. Let's go 2, D minor, with F major in second inversion, 2. And watch this. F triad goes down a half step to an E triad in second inversion, gives you the 5. Dun. Now watch this. Instead of 1, actually let's go to 1. Let's go C major. Let's keep it really open. Let's go C in the root, and there's our major 7, our 9, and our 5. Dun. Now watch for the 6. Watch what I'm going to do. F sharp triad in first inversion. And what does that create? An A with a flat 9 and 13. A13 flat 9. And that's an F sharp triad. Now let me do this again without talking. I'm going to keep coming down with triads. Triad. Okay, yes sir, awesome. Sounds like using a lot of inversions, specific notes while keeping the G to get all these different sounds, changing the register but keeping the G as the root. That is part of it. I think you're referring to the other part. You could go, which is really cool. As a matter of fact, and we're kind of going a little bit answering different concepts as people put them in the chat, and I think that's great. Ken, we do want to welcome you to this stream as well. And so, again, thank you. I really want people to know that this is so important. Kenny has the course now. Lots of people have the course, and I have a code right now, ima5. all lowercase, ima5, and you can get this entire training system, hours worth of stuff, all 30 chords, all the videos, all the sheet music for $34 when you enter in that code and you hit apply. But tomorrow night at midnight, it goes up to $59, which I still think is a very, very low price for what you get. So do not panic if you don't get the sale. But I want you guys to know, I'm telling you this because just like Kenny, I had to create a code to give you guys the $5 off because I couldn't go back to the original price, which is like $30. And because I'm going to honor the people that made that jump to get it at $30. And then I said, well, how can I do this to where it honors Kenny and those who have already purchased the course? So right now you can get the course until tomorrow at midnight for $34, and then I'm going up to $59, and that will be the price. Even if my mom wants to buy the course, she's gonna have to pay $59, which my mom would do that. But I want to encourage you to do it, and it really makes me feel good that you guys are getting this course. And if you're even remotely considering it, or even you're just curious, follow the link here. I'm going to pin it to the top. I think I pinned it. No, I didn't pin it. It should be at the top of the chat, but use the code IMA. I'm going to type the chat one more time, IMA, because you have to put it in there and hit apply, but that'll take it from 39 down to 34. I think I did that right. Anyway, okay, so let me know in the chat if you have any questions regarding the course or practicing, or if you're struggling with something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this simple part again. And I do have something I am working on for my beginners, but I think it's beginner to intermediate people. It's a course. I've already begun the course and it's almost done already, but I'm not going to blur the lines. After we get done with this launch, we'll start talking about it. But it uses triads, and it's the beautiful simplicity of being able to play with triads. For instance, watch this. All triads. Again. So if I go here and I play an F sharp triad over an A bass, listen how amazing that is. And then that settles into the D minor, doesn't it? So another important thing is watch when I talk to you guys about triads ruling the world. I want to show you something. There we have 11 people watching. This is in the course, but if you take a D minor triad and you put a C major in the bass, listen how beautiful that is. And I like sliding those black notes to the white note. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And with something like this, Dean, you do D minor with C major, and then you go C minor and go down a whole step and play B flat. Isn't that nice? B flat. You're really getting that sound in when you do that. If I play F minor, go down a whole step, play E flat. Also, you can invert those, C major with the D minor, still thinking the same thing. D minor spread out with the C major spread out. Okay, that's a lot of fun, but triads are so nice. My favorite triad is the second inversion. And you know, when I do a lot of simple gospel training, nothing too crazy, but I think it's really important to get just that sound, even that, because you're using triads, right? So let me give you another important tip, is that if I do F-A-C-E, which is where we just started, and I do this, right? All right, Dean. You gotta say bye to Dean. And then you go, just like get a little 4 on the floor if you're, especially if you're a beginner. Actually, just do it like this. Do 4 on the floor, and then G. Then go to 1, just like we did. And then just little fun things you can do, little ideas. All right, what questions do you have as we wrap this up? I'm going to show you while we are wrapping this up. I meant to tell you a fun tricks you can do. If you ever need that flat 9 sound, you just go up a half step from your root, G, and you think E triad, or go up a half step, and you can do what Kenny said, play a diminished, right? It happens all the time. Like if people play a tune, they're going to play Misty or whatever, and they go, right? That's B flat, flat 9, 3rd, 5th, flat 7. You can go, or you can come down on G. All that is flat 9. There it is, right there. And of course, with diminished, you can go crazy with all those ideas and patterns. All right, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I'm going to turn my camera off and let you guys. Avinash says, are there any rules on which of these notes, which are part of this massive chord, would be the melody line follow? Let me see if I want to make sure I understand. Are there any rules on which of these notes, which are part of the massive chord? Yeah, so that's a great question. What I always think of, Avinash, is thinking the melody kind of dictates what I want to do, and that's why I do have a bunch of loops that I've created for you guys, which are like, they're very melody focused. Like if I do even where I was, I did this. So I'm just thinking melody. See, like you just go wherever you want to, but I'm thinking melody. So as I demonstrated earlier when we were doing "Oh Danny Boy," and I did, I'm thinking, and then I come down. That's just taking the same chord and transposing it to different keys. So you can always make your melody note work with any of your chords. Like you can go. I went major there. Right, just going around and doing whatever we want to do. And it's based on melody. Even though I was goofing around playing scale lines, just working on the right hand stuff, I'm still thinking melody. And I'm sure you could hear it too, at least somewhat. Let's see. I just asked this because the famous chicken and egg. I think everybody's a little bit different. No, that's not a stupid question. Sometimes the chords, yeah, sometimes it's based off of chords. Like I was doing something this morning where I was thinking about this sound of, what was I thinking? Of just kind of thinking how I like the second inversion triads, and I was doing like, and then I went down a half step, and I thought, and I went down again. So I'm thinking chords made me think of the melody. So even though I'm thinking melody there, I'm still thinking chords, right? Anyway, so sometimes this is the other way around. Like this was thinking about this idea of chords. So, on whatever I just did there, and I don't even know what it was, do you think I was thinking more melody or chords? Let's do a vote. I didn't even realize. Oh man, and my fireplace is off. All right, so let's see what you guys said. Melody was central. Yeah. Yeah, especially because even though I was thinking chordally, so it says when you say that using chords with different tensions and adding notes depends on what the melody is at the moment, I understand that. But now I have another question about that in the melody. Okay. Can be harmonized. Oh man, Kenny, bring in the questions. It's coming so fast. I'm having trouble reading. Hold on, let me keep going here. Can be harmonized with the chords that don't necessarily follow the basic progression. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try it. Man, Kenny is bringing this up. It's got no, that's fine, Kenny. I like it. Okay. Can be harmonized with the chords, don't necessarily follow a classic progression, like a 2-5-1, 2-5-1, more flexible, less about fitting into a specific question and more about, a specific progression or about what the melody note allow at any given moment, combined with the personal taste. Let me see. Basically choosing the chord sound like support. Okay, well, hold on. I'm about to address that. Support the melody, point in time. Okay. Before I answer, I want to read it one more time. Okay, I got the first part. Can be harmonized with chords that don't necessarily follow, like 2-5-1 or other thing. Yeah, so let me give you guys a quick. Everybody is different in the way they think about music, but for me, I like to think. The reason I want you guys to get these chords, for instance, is to me it's like a sound. Like even when I'm doing something in the left hand and right hand, a lot of the times I'm not thinking like if I do. So even if you have things going in separate ways in both hands, you're still thinking of it all as a shape. So it's a sound, like whatever you're doing. I'm just demonstrating this is so that anytime, like if I go here, instead of going 1, 6, 2, 5, I'm thinking sound, 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 sound. Right. So just demonstrating that, like, it's all one big sound. It's not left hand's doing this, right hand's doing this. It's this. Ba ba da din dum, ba da da dum dum, dum da da dum dum, ba da da dum dum, dum dum. 1, 6, sound 2, 5. How about 1, 3, flat 6, flat or 5, sus 1, sus 2, flat 2, 1. let's see. So many choices. Yeah, for the chords, for a chosen melody note, important question. Yes, yeah, and you hear people do that all the time. They'll go. Right? Does that make sense? You can pick any of those. Okay. Yeah, and it sounds beautiful and relaxing at the same time. Demonstration for the question and just saying the C as the melody note. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like whatever your melody note is. Does that help? All right. Thank you again for hanging out. This is a long stream. I don't even know how long this stream is. And thank you to Kenny. A shout out to Kenny for getting the course today, and for several of you have been getting the course that are my members, and I'm really excited about all that. Thank you to Dean, who's my newest All Access member. All right, now, here's what I want you guys to do. We have 7 people still watching. Somebody put the code in there because somebody needs to hear it. IMA and the number 5. And then you hit apply, right, Kenny? And it'll take it to $34. And that's this massive, massive, crazy course with tons and tons of training. It's pinned at the top. It'll show you exactly, it'll take you to the website that shows you all that's offered, but it's a ton of stuff. Chord pictures, sheet music, backing tracks, hours of training, major scale training, audio training. It's really awesome, and I'm excited about it. Very proud of it, and I think you'll like it. But for my beginners who have the course, or anybody, take the first chord in the course, D7 sharp 9 sharp 5. I show you exactly how to practice it, how to build your D major scale, how to go 3 flat 7 sharp 9 sharp 5 root, and just start doing half steps eventually. I like for you to sit on a voicing, like get used to that sound, right? I have a beginner that's working on that, and he plays the D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, and it sounds so good. I just know that he loves it, and he's like, man, this is the feeling I've been wanting. And that's what I want for you guys. Is like, take this stuff, make it your own. Like, you guys can do your own improvisations. Everybody has different styles and things that they like, and I love that. But take this simple idea right here. The second chord in the course is this. What's up, Dave P? Dave P has the course. He's an All Access member. What's up, Dave P? Hey, Dave P, did you already write a review? I know you'll write a review for me. Dave P is the famous guy who we wrote the song a long time ago on Dave's Leaving on a Plane. Right? Dave's Leaving on a Plane? Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. They tried to tell him it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain, that's it. The Dave's leaving on a plane. It's all pentatonic. Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. They tried to tell him it's the same. It's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain, yes I did. The Dave's leaving on a plane. That's the famous Dave's Leaving on a Plane. Dave P, it's good to see you. Did you get done with your golfing weekend, or your week, whatever? I know you had some friends in town. You were going golfing. Yeah, Dave P has the course. Dave P, I'm going to make this easy for you. I'm going to send you on it regarding the difference between the channel perks. Could you explain again what each option includes and what the option is? I like the most offers when subscribing to the channel. You also mentioned something about access to other platforms. Yeah, so all right, I'll give you guys the quick thing. So years ago I started the All Access group. All Access is before the YouTube channel, and it's basically where my members who've been around for a while, and it's kind of like almost like an invite only. I kind of have to know you and build a relationship, and then it's like they invest one lesson a month with me, which is it's $59 a month, but they get everything, including all access to my courses, and every week we do trainings, and they get all the PDFs, jazz, gospel, blues, all of that. And it's a really fun, amazing group. Dave P's there. In there as well. But then we started Chord Academy, and then people joined that, except for my all access members. That's Tuesday and Thursday, where we talk about chords and we do gospel, blues, jazz, etc. But it's more of a lighter version of that, of the all access, and it's all chord, jazz based, blues based. And then we started the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel has 3 different memberships, and the elite one is the highest one. Elite level gets a lot more than any of the others, but the ultimate is the all access thing, which they get the courses as well, and it's like years worth of training. It's very, my all access group is super important to everything, but so is the YouTube channel, and it's growing. And if you want to support the YouTube channel, I would love to have you. And what I would say is, if you can support the elite tier, you would be happy. And it's not the same as the all access, and they know that, because the all access is very strategic, and they get an opportunity to have a lesson a month with me, and I throw that in for free. But they invest one lesson a month with me. But the YouTube channel, even the elite, is $14.99 or something like that, and you get a ton of stuff. And I have probably 150 or 200, probably at least 150. It's probably more like 170 videos right now that are members only videos as well. Dave P says he's having trouble. Can you guys hear the stream okay? Maybe there's no internet on the golf course. Oh, it just says visit the advertiser. Yeah, so you're obviously on your phone maybe, and it looks like a window has popped up that is not the main window. I think everybody else can hear me. I might have to write another song for Dave. I also, a fun fact for the people who are interested, years ago I did my most extensive course, the craziest course I've ever done, and I'm really like, it's the biggest project I ever did, and I love it. But it's 50 Days to Flying Fingers. So I studied, you guys know I'd studied classical music, so I did classical, and I studied with a brilliant teacher, and then I took the classical ideas and I took my love for jazz, and I came up with my own exercises. And so I have 50 Days to Flying Fingers. It has crazy etudes and just all kinds of stuff. Well, I don't even know what it is in the store right now. It's probably $80 right now. It used to be like 150 or more. Even back, it's an outdated course in terms of technology right now. Like it's older technology, but it's still a very, very crazy good course. I'm going to I'm thinking about rebooting the technique side of things, because I want you guys to really get your technique going. And there are some people don't care about it, but since I have some retired guys too, that's important for me to make sure everybody's working their fingers as well. And one of the first things that we teach is just to make sure you have the first 5 notes of the blues scale down. And we talk about that. But just like there's Hannon, you know, I do my own exercises, and they're really, really, really good. I'm really proud of those. So anyway, I'm probably going to, if there's interest, I may bring back the technique side of things. And of course, many of my members have asked for that, and so they have access to that as well. So Bill is an all access member. Good to see you, Bill. Actually say, how important are the books like Hannon? Oh, Avinash, it's really, those are really good. Like whatever you're into, that's great. But mine are different. Churney is great. I studied Churney. I think it's fantastic. And, you know, so it's whatever you're into. But in addition to like, Hannon exercises are great, and maybe that's your thing. But my exercises are totally different because they're also work with jazz and blues, and even some of them are boogie woogie oriented, and some are jazz etudes in 10/8. You know, like anyway, it's really good. It's really good. I'll give you guys. Let me give you guys a tip. You guys want a quick tip from one of my courses? This is the easiest one. This is like example 1 or 2, but I could show you one exercise that will change your life musically. I need a couple yeses in the chat. All right, so Kenny. Now, when I tell you that this course is insanely awesome, now I probably came up with that course in 2016. So imagine the technology being a little bit older video-wise, but it's sheet music on everything, and it's me practicing along with you, and it's all sheet music, 50 different exercises, right? It's crazy. But this will seem like a beginner type exercise, but I promise you it's not. Okay, so you're going to take your C major, everyone. And here's what I want to say before I start this. It's a pop-up lesson, so I can do whatever I want in terms of like, I don't have to rush things, and some of you can drop in and drop out. Hold on for a second and let me grab this call really quickly, okay? I'm going to put you guys on hold. Talk amongst yourself for just a second. All right, that was my brother calling in. Okay, so here we go. This one exercise will change your life. I already said that. Oh, what I was going to say is this: I want the next person to get the course. I'm going to do one thing. If somebody else does it, I started to do a few all keys trainings for the new course that just came out, and if somebody else gets the course, I'm going to put the next person who gets the course, I'm going to put D7 sharp 9 in all keys. That'll be the first thing that I upload additional to the playlist that we already have, and I'll take it to the next level. I will put an exercise from 50 Days to Flying Fingers. All we need is one more person to buy the course at $34. But here you go. So you're going to take a C major scale and not a C major chord, and you give me this. Easy enough, okay? Now, you're going to go up. That's one time, okay? So 1, 3, 5, and 5 through 1. Here we go. And then you're going to go D, F, and A, but I'm holding the bottom note. Now watch D, and I go D, F, and A, holding the second note. And I do this 1. So I go 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to reverse it. I go pinky. And then I go F, D, C. And I'll do that 4 times. And then it starts over. I'll do the whole thing. Holding the bottom notes. This is 3. Then I reverse it. All right, somebody sitting by your keyboard, and you want to try that? Do not skip on holding the bottom notes. You do this one exercise. Now again, my course 50 Days Flying the Fingers teaches so many different movements of the hand and different muscles in the hand, and your fingers will be flying when you get done with that. But even this one exercise will change your technique. Okay. Now you can even take it for if you're more advanced, I still would recommend the way I just did it, but you can also do this, where you repeat the note. And same thing. It's not a super easy exercise, and I want you guys to agree with me or not on that. The first one is the one I want. Slow. Even. Yeah. Now that's right. Yeah. So this exercise, this course that I did is a combination of some classical type techniques and then a bunch of jazz related things. So whole tone scales and diminished and all kinds of things, and tons of inversions with some really extensive training. And in tenths and other, it's crazy, and boogie woogie, you name it. But yes, that's the classical side of my technique that I'm extremely thankful for. That's what classical music does for you. It's like I was telling somebody the other day. Sometimes I'll do like where I'm using the hands. And I'm doing all these little different rhythms and things. Very simple, right? And all that comes from classical, like studying Bach, and where you're doing, contrary motion and things like that. So anyway, Avinash says that's not super easy for sure. Yeah. That's right. All right, guys. Oh, the other thing about that is once you do those exercises, you go back to playing, you'll be like, man, this feels really good on my fingers. And also, if you would do that every day that you start your practice routine, just do that a couple times. Hold those bottom notes, and you'll notice a difference. So. All right, guys, if you'd enjoyed the stream, please let me know your thoughts. I'm still waiting for the next person to get the course. And if somebody gets the course, I'm going to, somebody else between now and until tomorrow at midnight, I'll put the extra training in there. Which that's the last thing y'all really need is another training. But it's kind of nice to take one of these chords and go through all the keys, right? Where I say, all right, let's go up a half step. Now we're in, because now we're in whatever key. And the reason is there's certain visuals that really help you transpose something in all keys. Like for instance, D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, your root tells you the key it's in, right? And then the middle finger tells you the triad. So whenever you're thinking D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, your middle finger is going to teach you that that's the B flat triad in second inversion. So start thinking about that. D major, you think B flat triad in second inversion, that will get you that chord. When I'm on C, what is it? A flat triad. There's the root on top, A flat triad in second inversion. There we go. B flat, A flat. What about that right there, right? What's the top note? B, G triad. And what I've demonstrated to you guys earlier is that you have D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, and then you change the bass note to the tritone, and now you have A flat 13 sharp 11. Isn't that cool how the same voicings work for different chords in different contexts? All right, I'll leave you with these last two for now, is that you have G minor 11, the third chord in the chorus, and that's just root, flat 7, 9, flat third, 11, and flat 7. Now you're going to get this one by going to the ninth of every chord and building this formula. And notice that my hand's in a shape. I'm not even getting out of the shape. I'm just barely moving my hands. Here we go. Over B, there's the ninth of B, and the flat 7's on top. There's the ninth, there's the flat 7. There's the ninth, there's the flat 7. And now I'm in A flat. G minor 11, there's the ninth, there's the flat 7. And you can even put your like Dorian scale with that. Getting those sounds together. And then the last chord other than that is let's go over the fourths. This is the second chord in the chorus. This is the one that people want. This is between this chord, and this chord. These are the ones we've been using in our trainings lately, the first three chords in the chorus. This is the one that people go, I can't believe I didn't know this earlier. But stacking these fourths together, D, G to C, go up a third and do another fourth. And you're here, now watch this. I just heard that as a sound. I'm like, man, I don't even remember how I discovered that. But then I was here, and then I said, let me move the fourth up and resolve the third. And then I did it, and I did it again, and I had this chord. So we have. And then I can go to my E7 sharp 9 sharp 5. So I can put all that together. Watch this. Here's 2, A minor. And now here's 5. 1. Now 6. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys in the next one. You have a minute to say goodbye. I'll go ahead and turn my camera off a second time. Oh, man. Kenny, make sure after you've gone through a little bit of it, if you would leave a review, that would be super awesomely helpful. And thank you guys for hanging out. I know this is a long stream. Oh my gosh, almost 2 hours. All right. I'll see y'all in the next one. You got it, Kenny. Kenny, I like your enthusiasm. you can always, to all my students and people who have courses, you can always send me, videos or audio of you playing. I love to listen and kind of know what you're working on. So you can always email me and say, hey, I'm working on this or that. And if anybody's ever having any trouble with anything, you can always, if you need pointing in the right direction. But it sounds like Kenny's on his way to taking all of our jobs. All right, Bill, good to see you. Dave P., Kenny, Avinash, thank you for getting the course as well. And I don't think Dean's in here, but Dean just got the course as well. So thank you. You guys have till tomorrow night at midnight. And it's going from 39 to 59, but you can right now type in ima5 to get $5 off. oops, that's not ima5. And then you hit apply and you will get that. Okay? Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.